Most online business advice starts with marketing funnels and sales strategies, but almost no one talks about how to actually structure your business on the back end. And let me tell you, not knowing this cost me years of confusion, stress, and late night Google rabbit holes. If you're building an online business, whether that's coaching, content creation, affiliate marketing, or online courses, and you feel like you're kind of winging it, you're not alone. I was 5, maybe even 6 years into my business before I finally understood how to properly set everything up. And that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about in this video, because once I did, everything changed. So in this video, I'm going to give you the 4 key things I wish somebody had taught me on day one. They're not flashy, they're not trendy, but they are the foundation of a scalable, peaceful business. Here's what we're going to cover. We're going to talk about business foundations, pillar number 1. Pillar number 2, we're going to get into financial management. Pillar 3, operations management. And pillar 4, systems management. And here's the good news. You don't have to have a large team to pull this off. You can do this with 1 or even a 2-person business. And at the end of the video, I'll share a link for a free downloadable PDF so you can follow along or come back and review all of this information that's in here. Sound good? All right, let's dive in. Pillar number 1 is business foundations. Because if this part is shaky, nothing else really sticks. In the beginning of my journey, I did what most people do. I launched a product, made a little money, and boom, I was running a business. No paperwork, no bank account, no systems. But here's the thing nobody tells you. The moment you receive money, you're legally operating a business, whether you've formally set it up or not. So let's look at the 2 common ways that people start out. I call this versus that. So let's look at the this column. So first of all, this is how I started. Started as a sole proprietor. The moment you make money, you are a sole proprietor. Number 2, I was using my own social security number. And that's how it works in the United States, at least, is you just use your social security number for everything that you need. Like if I want to do affiliate income and I want to go sign up for something, I use my social security number to sign up, which means my social security number is everywhere. That's the downside, right? Also, when it comes to finances, maybe it's just right now it's mixed in your personal bank account where you've got a mix of personal and business expenses and income happening in one account. And then if you're tracking your business expenses, it's probably happening in like a spreadsheet of some kind. That is how a lot of people start, is that right there. Sole proprietor, social security number, personal and business incomes mixed, and using a spreadsheet to try to keep track of your business. Now, what's the opposite? So instead of a sole proprietor, you want to consider an LLC. And that will help you to legally formalize your business, and it will also separate your personal assets and your business assets. All right. Number 2, instead of a social security number, you want to get an EIN number. Now you can go for free and get an EIN number at irs.gov. And that stands for an employer identification number. So instead of using your social security number, now you're using your employer identification number everywhere as well. And so all of this is helping to legally set everything up. So instead of personal, what you want to do now is open up a business checking account. And in order to open up a business checking account, you're probably going to need an LLC and an EIN. So those points are covered. Now, all of your income and tracking your expenses is happening in one bank account. And I'm going to show you in just a minute the game changer setup that I put together on my business expenses to make my business really run on autopilot. All right, besides that, instead of a spreadsheet, what do you need? You need some kind of software. Now, I like to use QuickBooks, and I have a CPA who manages my income inside of QuickBooks. So the key takeaway here is to set up your business in a way that you want it to grow. Separate your identity from your business, clean up your finances, and begin building the infrastructure that'll support your success long-term. All right, let's jump into pillar number 2, and that's all about financial management. Oh man, I wish somebody would have showed me this from day one. It would have been a game changer. So once my business was legally set up, I still felt totally unorganized around my money. I based my spending on just how much money did I have in my business bank account. And if I had a lot, I would spend more. If I had a little, I'd spend less, which is not a great way to operate. And I didn't know how much to set aside for taxes, what should I pay myself, or if my business was even profitable. All those things were an illusion to me. I did not know. Then I read the book Profit First and the light bulb went off. It gave me a super simple banking system that saved me from financial stress. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works and some of the tweaks that I use to make it all work. So imagine your grandma sitting at the kitchen table back in the day, dividing up cash into little envelopes labeled food, rent, gas, fun money. And that's kind of the idea here. What we want to do is we want to do the same thing. So picture these as envelopes. Now, inside of my business bank account, these are all either checking or savings accounts that I'm going to use. So here's what I do now. Number one is my main income account. So this is my checking account. It's my income account, and everything flows in here. That's where all the money enters: Stripe, PayPal, etc. And then I divide it once a week into 4 categories or 4 other accounts. The first one is profit. So you want to put a percentage, even if you start with 1%, it's a good idea to have savings for the business. Number 2 is tax. So that way we separate that out and we're going to pay the quarterly and the year-end taxes, and they're already taken care of. We don't have to worry about it anymore. Number 3 is your owner's pay. Now, this will allow you to actually have a paycheck out of the business, money that gets set aside for you. That's the whole reason you're starting the business, right? So we have an owner's pay that we can set up for ourselves. And then finally, operating expenses. I call this an OpEx account. And a percentage is going to go for tools, subscriptions, and other cost. Now, what's awesome about this is your budget means you got to stay inside of your OpEx account. So if you have $5,000 that's in your OpEx account per month, you have to make your business work in that. That way it doesn't bleed over into taking money from you, your personal pay, and you're not taking from taxes and you're not taking from profit. And that's how all of this can work together. Now, the good news is you can start small. Even setting aside 1 or 2% for profit builds the right habit. And when the tax time rolls around, you're not scrambling. It's all sitting there ready to go. So here's the takeaway. Every Friday, I do a quick money allocation. It takes less than 10 minutes. It removes all the guesswork and it gives me confidence in control. Are you enjoying this video so far? If so, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, or tap the bell notification if this has helped you. There's more coming your way that's going to help you build a real freedom-filled online business the peaceful way. All right, now let's talk about those daily tasks that you do to keep your business running. And that's pillar number 3, operations management. Now, here's something no one told me. Even when it's just you running the show, you're still wearing 4 hats. And understanding these helped me to stop feeling so overwhelmed. I want to share them with you so that you know what 4 roles you need to play in your business. So here's the 4 hats. Number 1, we have the marketing hat. This is how people find out about you. Your marketing hat is essential. It's creating content. It's sending emails. It's staying visible with your audience. Number 2 hat is sales. This is where we make money for the business, right? You're building offers, you're writing sales pages, you're generating revenue. Those are all essential parts of the business. Number 3 is fulfillment. And with fulfillment, this is where you're fulfilling on whatever the offers you made. If it's a service-based business, if it's coaching, you're handling coaching calls, course content, client delivery. That is a section of your business. And then finally, this one often gets neglected, is management. You have to wear the management hat. This is where you're working on the business, not in it. So on the business. This is working in the business. This is working in the business. this is working in the business, right? This is on the business. This is planning, reviewing numbers, goal setting. It's all really important. Now, here's the problem. Most entrepreneurs wear all the hats, but they don't realize when we're neglecting one. I knew how to coach people. I loved managing systems, but I was totally avoiding sales and marketing. Having this model helped me structure my week better, and it gave me clarity on why some areas felt heavier than others. So here's a key takeaway for you. You can even tag tasks in your to-do list with the hat labels. Use this to see where your time is going and eventually decide what to outsource. Now, let's talk about what holds all of this together behind the scenes, and that's pillar number 4 in our system, and this is systems management. All right, now we get to the invisible glue that keeps your business from falling apart, even when you're busy. The glue is systems, and I break them into 3 core systems. Number 1 is document management. You're going to have documents that you need to store. These can be templates, checklists. You need a central spot for all of your files like PDFs and spreadsheets, client materials, uploads. Now, this is what I use Google Drive for, and I separate everything based on the 4 hats. So think about 4 simple folders that you set up in your system. Marketing folder, sales folder, fulfillment folder, management folder. Put all of it, organize it under those. And what I love about Google Drive is that you can search for things at any time, so you can easily find them. All right, number 2 is the SOPs. This is the systems part of the process. Now, SOP simply stands for Standard Operating Procedures. So when you do a repeatable task, like uploading a new podcast episode, record yourself doing it, and then write it down or use a tool like Loom, and now it's documented. And it's something that you can delegate. You can hand off to an assistant or a VA because you've recorded what you do. Here's a key insight. You need to do the things that only you can do. The things, for example, use podcasting. People expect to hear my voice. So I've got to do the podcast. What I don't have to do is upload it, do the show notes, schedule it out, create the collateral material, the advertising material. All that can be done by somebody else. And the way that you do that is start documenting what you're doing. And when you create these SOPs, these standard operating procedures, I like to keep them in a spreadsheet. It's the simplest for me, with a Loom link or a link to a video that you can watch to see how to do that checklist or that system. All right, number 3 is the project systems. Now, this is where you do the projects and the tasks. So where are you tracking tasks in planning out your week? That's the big question here, right? Now, you can use Notion, Asana, Trello, even a paper planner. But what I like to do is use Asana. So for me, I just have a simple 2-person business, keep it simple. I used to have 15 employees. I've simplified it down to just myself and my wife. And so I am the messenger and she's the maker. She makes things happen behind the scene. And so in order for us to work well together, she's assigning tasks to me, I'm assigning tasks to her, and that's how it rolls. We use Asana. So the point is, just don't keep it all in your head. So here's the key takeaway that I want you to get. Create one system at a time. Start by organizing documents into folders, then create one SOP for your most common task, and schedule a weekly planning session. By doing this, you'll stop reacting and you'll start operating like a CEO. So let's bring this full circle now. We covered a lot. These 4 pillars can completely change the way that you build and run and scale your business. For me, it helped me to stop flying blind thanks to the business foundations. I got control of my money thanks to the simple financial system with Profit First. I stayed in alignment and avoided burnout thanks to operations clarity. And I finally worked more like a business owner than a burned out freelancer through systems and management. And now it's your turn. I created this complete downloadable PDF. It goes into more detail. There's a lot more in here that you can get access to right now. All you gotta do is click on the link in the description below and go grab it for yourself. And also let me know in the comments which pillar resonated the most. Where do you feel behind and what's your next move? And hey, if this helped you, I've got the perfect next step. If you want to find a profitable blog niche fast, I'm talking about niches with low competition but high income potential, then I want you to check out this video next that'll be popping up right here. In that video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to uncover the sites that are getting thousands of monthly visits and the tools I use to generate income producing the content fast. Click that thumbnail right over here on the screen, and I'll see you in the next video.